Tactics without strategy is the noise before defeat. Sun Tzu. Well said, my ancient philosopher general dude. Very applicable when it comes to the credit card game. Once you've figured out your goals for using credit cards to most effectively achieve those goals, you'll want to craft an optimal strategy involving opening cards, closing cards, and using them thoughtfully. While each person will have unique goals and appetites for how complex their credit card strategy should be, learning about other people's credit card strategies often provides insights into how you can shape your own strategy. And so, as we start with the new year, I'd like to share with all of you my 2025 credit card strategy, or more appropriately, the two-person strategy between me and my wife. Specifically, our plans to close and downgrade several credit cards, as well as add more that aren't yet in our arsenal. A couple of these cards that I'm planning to get surprised me, but more on that in a bit. Let's first start with the current state of our credit card strategy. I have a total of 22 credit cards, while my wife has 13. Most of these cards provide us with value for travel, including points and miles earned from sign-up bonuses and multipliers, as well as benefits like airport lounge access and free hotel night certificates. We do have a handful of cashback cards, though those were obtained mostly for the sign-up bonuses and rarely get used for ongoing purchases. Saving money for purchases that we would have made anyway is an important part of our overall credit card goals, but it's not the only one. We also want to enhance our travel experiences at a fraction of the cost where reasonable. Think international business class and higher end hotels, and I'm willing, in fact eager, to put in the time and research in searching for those redemptions. I would characterize our credit strategy as being geared towards maximizing value for travel, including luxury travel, but also getting cash and credits back for our organic purchases. Typically, cards that provide more elevated travel benefits and statement credits also come with annual fees. Thus, it's not surprising to me at all that out of the 35 total cards between my wife and I, 17 are annual fee cards, and they make up 4,173 in total annual fees. A sizable chunk of this number came from cards that we applied for in preparation for some larger wedding spending last year, and they were mostly attained for the sign-up bonuses. $4,173 is not a number that I want to consistently pay in annual fees, so let's reveal what's hitting the chopping block. 2 Bank of America Premium Rewards cards. $95 annual fee, $100 in annual airline incidental credits, $100 in TSA PreCheck global entry credits, and decent cashback multipliers, especially if you're in the preferred rewards program. My wife and I are not, and we already get the global entry credit from other cards, and so the plan is to just use the 2 sets of $100 airline incidental credits on the United Travel Bank at the beginning of the year, and then close or product change the 2 cards. World of Hyatt Business Card. $199 annual fee, $100 in annual Hyatt statement credits, Discoverist status, as well as decent multipliers for Hyatt purchases. With no free night certificate or enough credits to cover the annual fee, this just doesn't seem like a card to keep long term, especially since Discoverist status is pretty meh. Citi Advantage Platinum Select World Elite MasterCard. This was so valuable for us during our Japan trip earlier this year. The sign-up bonus covered the Japan Airlines business class flight back from Tokyo to Dallas, and then for our flight from Dallas back home, we used the free checked bag benefit. However, we don't really expect to fly with American Airlines much moving forward, much less check any bags with them, and so to avoid the $99 annual fee after year 1, we're planning to product change this card to a Citi Custom Cash. Next up, the Chase Ink Premier Card. Essentially a cashback card, the ultimate reward points work differently than the other ink cards that requires a ton of spending in order to earn back the $195 in annual fees. Finally, the Amex Business Gold Card. While I can easily realize a $135 effective annual fee, $375 minus the $240 flexible business credit that I can organically use on Grubhub, I already get the Walmart Plus credit for my Amex Platinum, and I won't spend enough on the 4x points for my top 2 categories to justify the effective fee. I did strongly consider the long-term value of the Amex Business Gold Card, but ultimately I decided it wasn't quite hitting the mark in terms of consistent outsized value. And so, 6 cards that will almost certainly be removed from the setup, shedding over $1,000 in annual fees. Okay, I probably shouldn't oversell this point. It's not $1,000 saved in annual fees if you're planning to add more cards with annual fees. Yes, more cards is certainly in the cards. Pun intended. Currently, my wife and I are chasing sign-up bonuses on 3 cards. The Chase Ink Unlimited, $6,000 of spend in 3 months. The US Bank Shopper Cash Rewards Visa Signature Card, $2,000 of spend in 120 days. And the Amex Gold Card, $6,000 of spend in 6 months. I expect to meet all of these spend requirements in the first 2 to 3 months of the year, specifically putting all dining and grocery spend on the Amex Gold to earn that 4x multiplier, as well as all other types of spend on the Shopper Cash and Ink Unlimited cards. And after we have these squared away, we can start looking towards getting new cards. But first, it's important to consider where we are in terms of our Chase 524 status to see if Chase cards are in play. For those of you who aren't aware, Chase has a rule that if you have opened 5 or more personal cards in the past 24 months, you'll be automatically denied for any of their cards. It's a rule that I've consistently tried to dance around, specifically that between my wife and I, one of us will always be below Chase 524. Currently, I'm at 724, but will fall below 524 in August of 2025, while my wife is at 424 and will fall to 124 come September 2025. We're thus planning for my wife to snag 1 or 2 more Chase cards, starting with either or both of the Chase Ink Cash card and the United Business card. Crucially, opening these business cards will keep my wife at 424 since these cards don't get reported to her personal credit report. We already have multiple Chase Ink cards, and so having interest in another one and those ultra valuable ultimate reward points was always expected. What's unexpected, on the other hand, is my interest in the United Business cards, given that we never particularly valued United miles. However, my wife is planning to visit Hawaii with some of her friends, and the flight from the East Coast to Hawaii is pretty long. Ideally, you'd want to do that in a premium class. There's a Newark to Honolulu flight on United Polaris that typically goes for 110,000 United miles one way, and no, I haven't been able to find a partner redemption for this flight. The United Business card currently has a sign-up bonus for 75,000 United miles for $5,000 of spend in 3 months, and so even if we hit that spend requirement entirely with non-category spend, yielding an additional 5,000 United miles, we'll just need to top up 30,000 more miles to make that redemption, likely through transferring from Chase. We want to avoid transferring all 110,000 points from Chase, given that we've always found better value from Chase points through transferring to Hyatt or other airline partners for international travel. As for me, I plan to hold off on getting more personal cards until I fall under 524 in August 2025. Well, unless I get swayed by something that has not yet come to pass. Come summer of 2025, we expect to have a new Alaska Airlines premium card. Now, I hardly fly with Alaska, and so when the announcement first broke, I didn't expect to have any interest in the card beyond just as a sign-up bonus play. However, my interest was piqued upon learning that this card will come with a companion certificate that's valid for any class of service, including first or business class, and on any Alaska mileage redemption, including partner mileage awards. While the certificate will reportedly come with a mileage cap, it still has the potential to be very valuable, worth more, even well more, than the $395 annual fee on the card. Also, Citi has filed trademarks for the Citi Strata Elite and Strata Lounge names, meaning that there's a chance that Citi will introduce a new travel premium credit card that comes with access to their own airport lounges. I always get excited for new premium travel cards. I just hope that my wife and I will be in play for the sign-up bonus, given that we both got bonuses on the Citi Strata Premier within the last 2 years. Fingers crossed that, well, first of all, there will be a Citi Strata Elite, and secondly, that the sign-up bonus language won't be too restrictive. Comment below to share your credit card strategies for 2025. While I have a plan for my setup, there's always valuable information to be learned from others, and so I'm looking forward to being inspired by how some of you guys are going about things. Also, if you've made it to this point in the video, consider giving it a like and subscribing to the channel. Actions that are free and easy for you, but mean a ton to this channel. Finally, I forgot to mention that you remember that Amex Gold card in which I'm currently chasing a sign-up bonus? Yeah, it's actually my second Amex Gold. To hear about how I got approved for the card and how I justify a second Amex Gold, check out this video on screen. Wish everyone a happy new year, and here's your card nerd signing off. Peace.